Do you have a large amount of Magic the Gathering cards, or do you have a card that you think might possibly be worth a good bit of money, a bit of cash in the bag? Now in this video we will be going over different ways you can sell cards, how to sell them, bulk them, price them and anything like that to help if you are brand new to the game or been a veteran for a very long time. But before we get on to any of that, a quick word from our sponsors. Now that we've gone through that, there is 3 things you need to check before you even consider selling. Number 1 is check the condition. Depending on the card itself, the condition of the card is what matters. There could be a card that is worth $1,000, but if there's any tears, cuts, creases or anything like that, it could lower the price by a lot. Some websites actually tell you how that you can check your condition, your cards, but there's other ways you can check. There's also companies that you're able to get them graded, which means they will see the condition of the card and put it in a nice like plastic case with a grading on how well the condition of the card is. Now when it comes to Magic Gathering, you don't really see the grading there. It is there, but not by much. Pokemon is way big into grading their cards, but again, it is still good to check the condition of the card because it will lower or higher the price. Most websites that you sell cards on will actually have a box where you have to pick the condition of the card, and it will also say the way you can kind of guesstimate the condition. The second thing you need to do is check the price of the card. There's no point just being like, I'm gonna wing it. Go online, write the card's name, try and find the right cards because there's multiple arts depending on the set and the cards may vary. There are some cards that are worth absolutely nothing, but if you have the original card, even if the art is the exact same, the prices can be very different. I've seen some people hold a card being like, oh, it's only like, I checked online, it's like £3. And then when I've actually looked at it, I went, no, this is a alpha or a beta or an older version of the card, and it jumps up to 80 to 200 quid depending on the card itself. It also depends on where you are in the world. I'm currently in Europe, so I use Card Market, but I know American uses TCG Player a lot. And then thirdly, take photos of the cards, both front and back with very good lighting, mainly because if someone sees the card and they're still not 100% sure, if there's a photo of it and they're like, actually that is in good condition, you are more likely to get that card sold. I've seen a few people not do it and them not trusting it because they don't want to put a lot of money in someone just saying it's in good condition. So having photos of the cards really does help. Now when it comes to selling, I actually find it very, very good when it comes to selling Magic the Gathering cards. However, depending on what you want to do, there's different places for it. For example, the first one being Facebook Marketplace is a good way to get rid of your bulk. If you're ever at a card boot sale or anything like that and you just buy a bunch of Magic cards thinking there might be something worth it, it's also good to sell it on Facebook Marketplace because a lot of people I've seen will buy super cheap, not knowing what's in it, still not knowing what's in it because they don't play Magic the Gathering, but will sell a bulk and someone will see the 1 or 2 cards and be like, yes, I want that. Now again, because you don't have experience when it comes to selling cards and all, you're not getting as much money as you would get, but buying it for like 10, 20 quid for 100 cards and then selling 100 cards for 100 quid, and then the person that's good at Magic then selling it for 200, 300 quid. I know you're not getting the 200, 300 quid, however, you're just up 80 quid with no knowledge of the game whatsoever. A good place to sell singles is Facebook Marketplace groups. There's groups of Magic the Gathering people that just love the game and want to talk and interact with others. However, when it comes to this, get permission of the admins being like, hey, I have a card I want to sell. It's not really selling on any other website. Is it cool if I pop it up to see if anyone's interested in buying it on this group? Another great place to sell singles is eBay because people can bid on it depending on the card, but this is only really, really good if you have like a really rare good condition card. Also, if you have giant bulks, you might risk it, you might not get much money, but if you just play and casually buy packs, you're able to put them together, throw a few rares in, and potentially get even a bit of that money back. The next one is at conventions. There's usually at conventions a card store. They usually sell all cards games, but a lot of them will let you sell them at 80%. So if there's a card, let's say you have a 100 quid card, they will buy it off you for 80 because they're looking to get the trades, to get the cards they want, to be able to get a profit. So again, you're selling it at a markdown, but the good thing is then you are selling it there and then. You don't have to worry about taking photos, putting it online, waiting for people to see if they want the card, and then there's probably thousands of that card, so they might not even buy your version of it. So there and then, if someone wants that card at the convention, literally sell it to them there. Yes, you do lose 20% of the card, however, it's a faster way. Another way to sell your cards, again, if you don't play Magic the Gathering or you have a relative that does, flea markets. I've gone to a few flea markets or a few car boot sales or anything like that, and I've seen people with their old binders or their children's binder or something like that, and they're selling it super cheap. I bought a small little binder years ago for 20 quid, and the main reason I bought it is because the first page there was a classic Dragon or Eugene the Spirit Dragon. So again, just from that card alone, I think it was 35, so I got 15 quid. I kept the card though, but again, it came with a bunch of rares and stuff. I'm like, if I bought these, I'm spending like 60 quid, and I could a cool little free binder. They're really cool, but these are mainly for people that don't know anything about Magic, that just go, people buy cards here, sell them super cheap, and usually you get a markup. Another way is Discord. There's groups on Discord that people play Magic the Gathering and stuff. It's pretty much the exact same as the Facebook groups. However, with Discord, you're able to message faster, in my opinion, or get a faster response. Plus, if anyone is interested, they'll probably DM you faster in Discord than on Facebook. Then there's just the online shops. There is many, when it comes to online shops, that you're able to sell your singles and stuff like that, and people buy like the products off Magic and sell them there. Now, this is more depending on where you are at the world. I know a lot of the time I will use Card Market, but there's also websites like Cool Stuff Inc., Star City Games, Card Kingdom. Now again, if I've missed any, please let me know in the comments down below. There is a lot of websites like this where people are able to just put the cards online and then someone else will buy them, and the only thing you have to do is just ship it to them, because they'll have their address on the thing. I buy singles 90% of the time when it comes to Magic the Gathering, so again, I use Card Market pretty much every week. Then there's Whatnot. Whatnot is weird. I've not really used it and I don't really know how well it works, but Whatnot seems to be a live streaming service where people are able to sell stuff. So people will have like packs or singles and stuff like that, and then they're able to open it on the live stream and then ship it to you, or just ship it to you. It's very weird. I've seen a bunch of content creators use Whatnot, like the Professor or Game Nights. They will actually have their Whatnot live streams and they're selling goodies and stuff like that. I've not really used Whatnot, but I've heard it is good for that. And then finally, your local LGS. It's pretty much the same as the convention type of people. However, you don't have to wait for a con there. You literally go in, they will check whatever the websites. I know my local LGS use Card Market as well. Check the price of the card and then sell it to you at a somewhat discount. But again, you get it there and then. They sometimes give it a little bit more if you're planning on spending the money in the shop. So there's been a few times where I'm like, hey, I don't want these cards. And they're like, hey, here's an ETB or a box because it's worth the same price. So pretty much I'm going in just selling cards and buying more. That's what you do. Now we're at the point where someone has bought one of your cards. What do you do next? Do you just throw it in an envelope and post it? No, there's 6 things you need to do. One is sleeve the card. I have bought a lot of singles when it comes to my years playing Magic. There's 2 types of people I've seen that sleeve it. They sometimes get a clear thinner sleeve that covers the card and then put it in a like sleeve that the back of it's in a different color or an art or something like that. That's the best way in my opinion. But then you get some people that just throw it in a normal sleeve or one of the 2. One of my favorite things that some people do, not many, I think people should do it more, is these little tag things. They're small little things that there's like a little sticky thing. They're like the post-it notes, but just a small little strip. And what they do is they put it on the inner sleeve, so the clear one, so you can literally just pull that and it takes the card out of the next step, which is a card protector. This is a thin sheet of plastic that is pretty much a sleeve, but it's more sturdier than a sleeve, and you literally slot it in. This is really good with the tag and the sleeves involved because it gives that card that extra protection, and you're also then able to pull out with the tag in a lot easier. Next is for that extra little bit of safety. I've seen people cut out random bits of cardboard from like boxes and stuff like that. I've seen a Eat Fresh thing, box just cut just slightly bigger than the shape of the card of the protector, and then taped shut to give it that extra protection, but not making it huge. I've also seen people use newspapers and like random magazines. They just wrap it up just to make it that little thicker and harder to like bend and twist. Then they add tape, but they always add tape that doesn't go on the card, so it rather goes on the cardboard around the protector that's in the sleeve in the card. So the tape doesn't touch the card at all, but the tape is just to make sure the cardboard pieces that's in between don't slide and move. And then finally they put it in an envelope, write your address, put a little stamp on and send it off. I sold cards for a while because I had a few cards that I wanted to get rid of and just wasn't getting rid of them. So I have sold a few and it's really easy. Literally, I've made an account, got the okay, took photos of the cards, put the cards on, sold it, done the exact same thing as I just explained there, and then shipped it off. Then don't think about it, and then like when it arrives, you literally get a notification saying the money's in your account. Then I pop more cards with that money. So if this video has helped you in any way whatsoever, please let me know in the comments down below. If I've missed anything or there's any more additional information you want to know, again, let me know in the comments down below. While you're there, remember to like, subscribe and follow me on all my social media. Do all that YouTubey stuff. Please subscribe. I've just reached or about to reach 1 million views, which is a big thing for me. But as always, I have the previous video here, a playlist of Magic the Gathering good videos here, and a subscribe button here. And again, I'm close to 850. My target at the start is to hit 1K, so please help me get there. And I will see you all in the next video.